Episode 57 CP January 30th, 2025 Trump climate, spending chaos, and a fireplace gas insert installation. United States A home improvement show is converting a wood-burning fireplace to a gas insert fireplace. The fireplace is owned by a firefighter who does not like the wood-burning fumes and the odor inside the house. The fact that PM 2.5 from the wood-burning fireplace causes air pollution that sickens near neighbors is not mentioned on this show. Anyway, the conversion from wood-burning to natural gas burning is truly an improvement. The home improvement show host says this conversion is not a do-it-yourself DIY project, so they assembled a team first to vent through the chimney. Gas fireplaces do not use much power, but for this house, the gas insert fireplace requires new wiring. There is a safety switch on the unit. Another worker uses a T to branch off the small gas line off the main gas line already existing in the house for home heating. Final connections of intake and exhaust, and the gas insert is put in. Air is purged out of the line, and the line is tested for leaks. Fake logs are put in. Last, the fireman thinks it looks great, and it is controlled with a flame height set, and the embers are made of fiber cement and will always look the same. A battery backup for the flame, and the height of the flame, which provides some heat, allows use of the gas fireplace even if the electricity goes off, but the battery does not power the fireplace fan. United States Trump first 2 weeks have thrown U.S. climate spending into chaos. Executive orders and announcements by President Trump have put billions of dollars in U.S. climate commitments into question. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. January 30th, 2025. Over the past 4 years during the Biden administration, the United States started spending ever greater sums on efforts to blunt global warming and help communities adapt. Many analysts expected the total tab to exceed $1 trillion over the next decade. Trump has thrown much of that spending into question. Some funds are frozen, some projects are paused, and while a portion of that money is already out the door, there is uncertainty among people doing climate-related work that relies on government funding and approvals. Consider the aid that the United States sends to foreign countries to deal with climate change. The United States Agency for International Development (AID) alone manages appropriations of roughly $40 billion in annually, a fraction of which goes to climate-related projects. Even among people who track federal spending closely, there is uncertainty about what the U.S. government is going to fund. U.S. efforts to address climate change could be affected. Federal grants. On Monday, the Office of Management and Budget ordered a pause on almost all federal grants and loans, saying it was necessary to root out DI woke gender ideology and the Green New Deal. There is no such thing as the Green New Deal, but that language was clearly meant as a broadside attack on federal support for renewable energy projects. By Wednesday, the White House had rescinded that order, creating more confusion, but the scope of climate and energy-related programs that could still be affected. Such a freeze is vast and includes several clean energy programs and efforts working to limit pollution. Heat map news compiled an extensive list. Foreign aid. Last week, after a Trump executive order, Trump's Secretary of State announced a 90-day freeze on almost all foreign aid. The stop work order affected scores of programs around the world. Some projects have received waivers that will allow them to continue operating. Programs managing the impact of climate change will be permanently cut. What are they trying to do? Is it just provoke chaos? Fuel economy rules. On Tuesday, the Trump transportation secretary signed an order seeking to roll back fuel economy standards for automakers that had been set by the Biden administration. The move could result in more tailpipe emissions from cars and trucks and slow the adoption of electric vehicles. Wind power. Last week, one of Trump's first executive orders targeted wind energy. The move brought an immediate halt to all leasing of federal lands and waters for new wind farms and directed federal agencies to stop issuing permits for all wind farms anywhere in the country. Wind projects already under construction are unlikely to be affected, but some projects that were far along in the development process but awaiting final approvals may be scuttled. Electric vehicles. Another executive order signed on Trump's first day in office targeted electric vehicles. A tax credit for people buying EVs was scrapped, and federal funds intended to help install charging stations were put on hold. While some funds that have been allocated for charging stations are still expected to be used, the move slow the development of the electric vehicle industry in the United States and help the ally of President Trump. Tesla chief executive Elon Musk. Tesla is the largest EV maker in the country. Tesla has its own network of fast chargers and stands to benefit if rival networks are slow to be built. Some climate funding could survive a Trump executive order targeting clean energy investments. Could affect the Department of Energy Loan Program Office, which under the Biden administration awarded $1,076 billion in loans and loan guarantees to help bring new energy technologies to market. More than $60 billion of that has been finalized and would be hard for the Trump administration to claw back. The agreements are legally binding and cannot be abandoned at will. California Purple Air Newsletter. The LA wildfires. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. January 30th, 2025. For a little over 3 weeks, multiple wildfires have raged in the Los Angeles area. These fires have threatened the homes, health, and lives of people in the greater LA County. We are expressing our support for the people in these impacted communities here and hoping for the speedy containment and elimination of the fires. We have also received a number of reports and questions asking why purple air monitors in the area can be displaying levels of healthy air quality despite the concurrent events. We deeply understand these concerns and do not want to downplay the situation or the quality of the air in LA. To address these concerns, we've put together a community article that discusses a few reasons we believe sensors are showing green levels of air quality. Wildfires in LA air quality events. January 27th, 2025. Purple air. We have received and seen a number of comments about the air quality in LA. Generally, people are asking why the purple air map is green when the fires are still ongoing. There are a few things to consider which we'll talk about below. Purple air and the Air Now fire and smoke map. Purple air data is displayed on the EPA's fire and smoke map available at https://fireair.now.gov. If you're ever wondering if purple air sensors are incorrect, you can look at the fire and smoke map to see if they agree with EPA sensors. Purple air sensors will appear as small dots, while the larger dots are federal sensors. Purple air sensors and the federal sensors on the fire and smoke map have displayed similar readings through the whole of the wildfires. Check out the fire and smoke map. Particulate matter and other air pollutants. Purple air sensors primarily measure particulate matter (PM), which is a term for solid and liquid particles that float around in the air. When you look at the purple air map, the numbers and colors you're seeing are only reflecting particulate levels. There are other pollutants that could be in the air affecting air quality. Check out the article below to learn more about what other pollutants could be in the air. Air quality after the fires. Understanding where and when the air is safe. UCLA wind direction. Wind direction has played a large part in directing where smoke from the LA fires has gone. A lot of the time smoke has been sent out over the Ocean instead of back inland. Take a look at the following article to see how the different fires smoke plumes have developed. Los Angeles wildfires and air quality impact Copernicus.